There are houses in Toronto that look like a dream on the surface, but if you buy them, you can turn into one of your worst nightmares. Today, I'm going to break down the type of home that you should avoid buying, even though on the surface they look amazing and the price is very attractive, but there are a lot of hidden dangers behind that shiny price. But here's the other thing as well. Everything sells in a seller's market. These are to sort of warn you, if you buy one of these homes and you have to sell in a buyer's or a balanced market, be forewarned. These are the type of properties that seem like a deal on the outside. And essentially, they're going to bleed you dry once you purchase them. And before we dive in, if you're interested in protecting your money and moving up without the stress that comes with moving, like and subscribe. Here's the thing. Toronto real estate market is very emotional. You go to an open house, it's packed with other buyers. The agent tells you this house is going to go into multiple offers. And then suddenly, if you feel like you don't act fast, you're going to miss out. Here's the thing. Not all homes are worth buying. Some homes come in problems that spending either a few $100,000 or many years trying to solve these and you still can't fix them. So in this video, I'm going to cover 4 categories of homes that you should avoid buying. There are the money pits. The homes with a lot of hidden structural problems. Location traps. These are homes that are sitting in areas that is going to push down your value. And this is what I like to call the Frankenhouses. These are homes that were renovated either through many different owners or one owner has done it in very interesting ways. And investor specials. These are properties that look something that's good on the outside. But once you dive in, it's a cash flow killer. I'm going to share with you what you should do if you're house hunting in Toronto to avoid some of these traps. The first type of homes I like to cover is what we call money pits. These are usually older homes with structural issues that a lot of Toronto homes have these type of homes. A home with old knob and tube wiring, lots of asbestos in the ceilings and walls, cracky foundation or water penetration, or homes with 100-year-old plumbing. But here's the worst part. Some of these homes have been flipped, meaning someone came in and just did all the shiny things like finishes, like floors, kitchens, and they didn't fix a lot of these hidden issues. Usually you walk in and you're like, whoa, this home is beautiful. It's modern, it's shiny. But what's underneath is a ticking time bomb. Well, here's the thing. If a home has maybe 1 or 2 of these things and you're planning to do a full renovation, that's okay. But if you're buying one of these homes and it's all shiny on the outside and you find these in the home inspection, I would be very wary. So if a home doesn't have solid bones, you're not buying a home, you're buying stress. Second type of house that I would like to cover are location traps. Well, this is usually when you have a great home, like a home that's fully renovated, doesn't have all the issues that we talked about earlier, but the location can kill the value or resale. While houses sitting directly on main streets usually sell for less than their counterpart on the side street. So for example, a house beyond Bathurst, Danforth, Kingston Road. And because it being on the main road, there's a lot of noise, a lot of traffic, and not a lot of privacy. So when looking at these homes, just be warned that when you have to sell them, you're selling at a discount too. Not only are you buying a discount, you're selling at a discount. And usually the discount is 5 to 10%. On extreme cases, I've seen it as high as 15%. 15% lower than a counterpart on a side street. Usually these homes are backing onto railway tracks or onto industrial building. I get it. If this is all you can afford, you're okay with that. You just have to know that when you're selling it, you have to sell at a discount as well. Hence why you purchased it at discount. Or homes that are sitting in areas that are prone to have floods. These are usually lower parks like Black Creek, some parts of the Don Valley. So here's the thing. You can fix the roof. You could update the windows, but you can't move the location. So just remember, when you're selling this home, it's going to be a little bit of uphill battle unless you're very realistic with pricing. You got a good agent that explains this to you that when you're selling, where your price point really is. So here's the thing. If that's all you can afford to buy, I get it. You buy the house over the location. I did that with myself as well. I bought an up and coming area where I loved the house. The house matched all our needs. And I knew that if that house was on a different street, just 2 streets over, I would be paying an extra 10% on the house. Third type of house that you should be contemplating about buying is what I call Frankenhouse. So what is a Frankenhouse? It's usually built without permit, chopped up many times, at weird additions being added to it. And sometimes these additions are not done in a safe way. One of these Franken houses could have a basement with all these multiple exits that are, makes you think about those entryways. Are they legit? The other thing is that some of these homes are, investment properties up near university where the living room has been chopped up to like 4 bedrooms. So on outside, it might seem like, oh, great income generating property. When realistically, it could be a financial nightmare because a lot of these illegal units like this might not be insured. Insurance companies don't like them. The city doesn't like them because a lot of them don't pass fire code. And some banks are not really looking to finance these type of properties. So even if you buy it now, they might be impossible to sell down the road, or the city gets you to update certain things that makes it not even a cash flow friendly property anymore. So here's the thing. If the renovations look sketchy and the layout looks weird, I'll think twice. Well, the fourth type of property you should avoid is what I call the investor special. Usually these properties are marketed with great numbers, but when you really just start analyzing it, something doesn't make sense. Well, we know condos are horrible investment right now, but looking back, when people were buying condos for investments, places that had $100 maintenance fees were not a great cash flow property. The other thing is these tiny pre-con units that are about 300 square feet. They could be hard to rent. Well, they're hard to rent right now, but they're even harder to resell. This is going to be finished. I got one more. Another is houses that were purchased and then back on the market after 90 days after renovations. Like after that is not a lot of time to actually renovate a property. And avoid comments in the blurb that says, future value, great property to buy now, or future appreciation. And the numbers actually work today. You're hoping that they will get to those numbers later on, which, is a bet. That's not really investing, that's gambling. So what do you do instead? There's 3 things. Get a home inspection. Even in a hot market, you could get one before the offer. Albeit you have skin in the game, but it's insurance. Research resale value. Look at what's sold in the last 5-10 years and what they look like and how much they resell after the fact. That shows you how appreciation is doing on that street. And you see a lot of sales on that street, be a little bit wary. And the other thing, check zoning and permits. And if there's an addition or a basement unit, make sure that it's legal. Unfortunately, a lot of the basement units are illegal in Toronto. Remember this, sometimes the best deal is the one you walk away from. So Toronto real estate market can be a nightmare, but you follow some simple rules, you could avoid some of these stresses. And if you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe. See you soon.